Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Hemingway Jones live fountain pen show and podcast here on YouTube. Special welcome to you all who tune in each Tuesday night, who join in the chat, who comment on the replay afterward. Thank you so much. You guys are the best and the brightest audience in all of YouTube world. Also, you are the cursive literate, and I salute you for that. In fact, for those about to write, we salute you. I should have my guitar for that. But I have a very interesting show for you tonight. I'm really excited. I have so much to tell you, as I often do. We have a fantastic theme for the evening, and it is my most embarrassing fountain pen confessions. And this was a bit of a takeoff of what we did last week, and it got me thinking of all those embarrassing things I still do with fountain pens. In fact, I'll even tell you one. I'll tell you one right now that I am guilty of, just to give you a flavor of what that'll be all about. So if I can't get a fountain pen to write, I don't want to pick on this one. This is the Watchman Expert L'Opera series, which has a video coming out this Thursday at noon. And even if you think you know everything about the Watchman Expert, trust me, you've never seen it as I am about to present it to you this Thursday at noon. So, anyway, strange noises in the studio tonight. So, sometimes if I can't get a pen to write, not this one, because this one has never failed me, and I'm just going to do it with the cap, I'll go like this to get the capillary action going. And it makes a big mess. You shouldn't do it. I do it. Sometimes I'm just trying to get it to write. And usually because I need to film with it or something. So don't do that. I shouldn't, but sometimes I do. Okay, special welcome to all the members. I see quite a few members there. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Helps to feed the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you would like to join the channel, I would welcome you as a member. It'd be lovely. We have a pen pal group for Illuminati and Cognoscenti members. And if you are a member, Illuminati or Cognoscenti, email me at hemingwayjones@iCloud, and we'll get you signed up. A lot of people have this week. It's been very exciting. And you can also get your names at the end credits of the normal videos I post as a producer. So that's super fun. Okay, so let me tell you some other stuff. I have some interesting pens that came into the studio this week. One of which is a Kickstarter pen that's from a company in London. And I get a little suspicious sometimes when companies are from London, because a lot of companies say they're from London, then the product comes from somewhere else. But I actually was able to track this one because it posted from London, which was really exciting. So that's exciting. We'll take a look at that shortly. I can't wait to share that with you and get your thoughts. I'll show that soon. It's from a company called Thomas Slim. Thomas Slim. So we're going to look at that one. It's a travel pen. I really like travel pens. I think you'll like it too. And then I also have a pen from Germany, which is super exciting, from a company called Ashira. And this is an Eon fountain pen, which I'll show you in a bit. And almost the specs are not specs I normally like in a fountain pen. And that's part of the reason why I'm excited to do this, because it's challenging me a little. Haven't written with it. I looked at it, but that's it. So I'll show it, and then, of course, I'll do a video at some point on it. But I'm really excited to share that with you because it's going to challenge me a bit. I don't do a lot of wooden fountain pens, and it's made out of wood. I don't like wood as a material, but I'm challenging myself. Okay. The last ones I have to show you are super exciting because they may very well be the new Waterman Filius. Maybe. They could possibly be the new Waterman Filius. If you don't know what I'm talking about there, A long time ago, in the beginning of my fountain pen journey, One Watchman was one of the preeminent fountain pen companies. Their lower end line of pens was known as the Watchman Phileas, which was an Art Deco masterpiece, fashioned in plastic with a steel nib that was two-toned with a bit of gold plating. Beautiful Art Deco all around. I wish I had one handy. I'd show you. You may have seen it before. I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about. For many of us, it was one of our first pens, or indeed our first pen. It wrote brilliantly. It still feels so good in the hand. It's just such a heavy hitter. And the funny part is, I'm pretty sure it sold for around $28 or so. And yet, in the used market, I've noticed that it's selling for about $70 now, which is pretty amazing. So it's sort of earned its value, which is very old-fashioned, right? It's valuable because it's good. It's not particularly rare, though. In fact, you see them a lot at thrift stores and things, but buy them when you see them because they're brilliant. So this pen might possibly be kind of the new Phileas. We'll see. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I do have some stories for you, too. Very important stuff. I'm trying to stay organized this evening, which is never easy for me, but it's always fun. One of the things I'd like to mention is a lovely thing that happened to me over the weekend. So I was interviewed for Pen World magazine for the August issue, which was really exciting. It was a local gentleman, David Watts, who is very active in the local fountain pen scene. You see him at the Commonwealth Pen Show and other gathering of fountain pen enthusiasts at any time. Very knowledgeable gentleman, very lovely fellow. So he stopped by. We had a chat. We ate some pizza. We drank some espresso. He did his interview. He took some photos. Can't wait to see what he comes up with. But stay tuned for Pen World this August. Super exciting. I'm humbled to be featured. He was very kind. I was expecting harder questions, but he was. He's definitely a gentleman. Very nice. So it should be fun. That'll come out. I'll tell you another story because this is something I'm still wrestling with, and it happened last night. So last night, I was getting my daughter ready for bed. We're in the bathroom, and my wife comes in. She's looking quite serious, and I'm like, "What's wrong?" And she says, "I don't even want to tell you." And I'm like, what is it? Just tell me. And I had a feeling it had something to do with the house because she tends to not like to tell me because I get very upset when there's like water damage or a tree falls down or something like that, or, you know, something like that. So she says, well, honey, there's a bat in our bedroom. And I'm like, come on. She's like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, I was just in there like half hour ago. Okay. I'm thinking that it's this bluebird. There's a bluebird that keeps attacking our window. I'm thinking maybe the bluebird got in the house. Like, it couldn't possibly be. But I go into the bedroom and there it is looping around my 12-foot ceilings. And I'm like, oh my. That is really spooky and gives me the ick in a way that few things do. And it's one of those moments, it's one of those terrible, terrible moments when I'm like, do I have to be the person that handles this situation? Is there someone else I can call? Can I abrogate my responsibility? Can I hand it off to someone? But no, I could not. I had to deal with it. So I did what any sensible person would do. I Googled it. What does one do when confronted with bat in bedroom? And fortunately, state of Massachusetts, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, which is evidently very bat friendly, which I recently realized. I'll tell you more about that in a second. said that you should just open windows, turn off the lights, and wait, and it will go on its merry way. So I went downstairs and I put on my LL Bean barn coat, which is kind of canvasy and robust. Popped the collar, put on a beanie, big thick pair of gloves, in case I had to do fisticuffs with the bat. I like bats. I just don't like them in my house. So I waited for it to settle, and it was hanging on my wall in that peculiar bat way where its head's kind of down and it's kind of looking around. And the thing that really confronted me here is that I was expecting it to be tiny, and it was rather large. Probably a good eight or so inch wingspan. The body from end to end seemed about 5 inches. It was all curled up as it was, looking like Nosferatu on my wall. Was rather scary. So I had to creep and open the window, and he's maybe 4 feet from me, and I'm like, I'm opening the window. Don't mind me. I'm not threatening. I'm just opening the window. So I opened 2 windows. We have 3 windows, but the third window just has a screen on it that's over the entire window for whatever reason. I don't know why it's designed that way, but it is. But the other 2, if you open from the top, they open to the outside. So did that, shut the door, crept out, and it's, doing laps. It's really enjoying going around my ceiling fan. And then it just gets really quiet in there, and I peek, and it's gone. And I'm not sure it's gone, and I'm a paranoid person. So I'm peeking on the curtains, and I'm looking behind the bed, making sure it's just not hanging upside down like, Lost Boys behind the chair, that sort of thing. And so it was gone. I was very pleased that it was gone. But now here's the kicker and kind of the interesting part. So you have to consider health ramifications and things. If any of us were in contact with it, if we thought it scratched us, bit us, or whatever, it's time for rabies shots. But none of us, we saw it, we isolated it, we opened windows. I was the closest one to it. And it didn't get anywhere near me. It didn't lunge at me or anything, even when I opened the window. So, but here's the funny part. Bats are protected in Massachusetts. I love the Commonwealth. This is one of the most sophisticated, cultural, interesting, safe places to live. But occasionally, the laws are wacky. And the laws in Massachusetts are that you can only evict bats from your house pretty much 2 months out of the year, which is wild because they're protected. And then the rest of the time you're supposed to cohabitate with them. And I don't want to cohabitate with bats. I mean, maybe I wouldn't mind so much if I never saw them, but I don't even want them in my attic if that's where it came from. I actually have a theory where it came from. My wife let me her theory, which I think is right. But let me finish this thought. So fortunately for me, the 2 months that you can evict bats is April and May. So at least it showed up at the perfect time. They're coming on Thursday just to check the house comprehensively. And if there is a colony somewhere, they will eradicate it for $1,500. They don't hurt them. They relocate them. Well, they don't even relocate them, actually. They put this one-way door, however they got in, so they get out and they can't come back. And then they find another place. I'm actually going to probably buy a bat box. I'm going to pay it forward and buy them another home. But, so kind of funny there. So how we think it got in, I am notorious for leaving our garage door open. I just forget all the time. And Helen was leaving the porch door open and it leads to the garage. So our theory is that it got into the garage and came in that way. Other theory is that it's just lived here all winter and then it woke up. It came out of hibernation, tried to get out, and ended up where it ended up. I hope that one's wrong. But either way, I'll know on Thursday when they save me from this bat-infested nightmare. Mary Madden, $4.99. Thank you so much. Hey, HJTJS, that's me. I have 2 Phileas pens that I still use. Wonderful writers. Your bat tail is hysterical and not uncommon. And I just renewed Pen World. I'm so glad, Mary. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are so generous. Every time I see you, every time you're around, I really appreciate it. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys don't mind the bat story, but I thought you should know. It freaked me out. Last night, none of us slept well. We all slept in the same room because we were all freaked out. And I guess we go on from there because it was a bit disconcerting. I want to mention too that this April, I guess it's 3 weeks from now, Kirk Spear will be at Paper Mouse on, I believe it's April 17th and 18th. I'll be there the 18th. That's the Saturday. I think I'm there at 3. I'm going to get some pens done. I'm going to see my buddy Kirk. Please, if you're in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, come out and join me. I'd love to see you. And even if you can't get an appointment with Kirk, come meet him. He's just a great guy. He's one of the coolest guys in all fountain pen world. He's so much cooler than I am. I'm like, yeah, he's cool. So meet him. Meet me if you like. I hear I'm taller in person. That's what people tell me. So come see how tall I am. Socrates, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Celebrating a big milestone in my fountain pen journey today, I recently purchased notebooks from Greystorm Studio and made my first entry today. Congratulations. The first entry is the hardest. The blank page mocks you, but you mastered it easily, my friend. Thank you. And thank you for your generosity, for all your positivity. You are a great positive force in the channel. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Socrates. You guys are the best. Okay. I think I should show you a pen. I think I should. Let's start with Thomas Slim. What do you think? This is a Kickstarter. And they wrote me a letter. Dear Timothy, a.k.a. Hemingway. That's me. Please find and close the Thomas Slim EDC pen. It's a pre-production sample. I love pre-production stuff. It's so fun. Packaging is complete. The instruction manual wasn't finished in time. That's okay. All right, it tells you have to insert the ink cartridge. I did insert the ink cartridge on this one already because I would have shaken it to get it to write or scribbled with it. I know you've done that. Why do we do that? It doesn't work that way. They're fountain pens. You make a mess. Stop it, Hemingway. What's the matter with you? Oh, this is important, okay? So as I show you this pen, the Kickstarter for Thomas Slim goes live on April 7th. And that means that if you like this pen, it goes live then if you want to support it. I don't exactly know how Kickstarter works, but I believe they put it up and you get a certain entry price, and it's different than if you get in earlier, it can be cheaper. So they didn't give me the details of cost, but let's take a look at it. I guess you could get that on the Kickstarter page. So Thomas Slim, the packaging's really nice. Not that anybody cares. Do you really care about packaging? I mean, I do in the sense that it's really nice, but I throw my boxes in the basement, and then I maybe go fetch them if I sell it. But this is kind of Lamy-ish, and that's kind of why I like it. So over here are the ink cartridges, and then over here is the pen. Kind of neat. It's sort of in a cage. Reminds me of Jurassic Park. It's like a velociraptor. But the pen itself is really neat. Okay. Ooh. Why I like it? so far is it reminds me of a really robust EDC pen. And I like those. So it's very tactical. It almost looks like a round, right? Like a Full Metal Jacket or something. All right. So unscrew it like any pen, and then you screw it again to get it secure. I'm going to get rid of myself for a minute. So, kind of a good size. It's pretty light for a metal pen. I don't know much about the nib. I suspect it's not proprietary. I suspect. I think what you're getting here is this robust travel pen. Let's see how it writes. Sure, it writes nicely, but let's see. It's always nice when it writes. That's good. I did put the ink cartridge in last night because I think it's kind of unfair sometimes when I sort of just stick the ink cartridge in and then I tell you guys, hey, look at this new pen. What do you think? But EDC pen, it's kind of interesting. I could see this making my lists of EDC pens. What I like is the grip is very textured. I like a textured grip, I cannot lie. And this little bit of flared up at the end is also quite nice. I do like that. Those are positives for me. I like the weight. The weight is good. Somebody says the weight is the hardest part. I don't know if that's true. But I like the weight. Let me recognize Greyhound Mom. Thank you so much. $5 super chat. Thank you. Well done with the bat. I've liberated 2 over the years. A child's butterfly net helped. Yes, that would have helped. Thank you for the generous donation to the channel. Thank you. I was thinking that. I actually said that to Helen. I said, I wish I had a butterfly net. It would have helped. I did raise the camera so that we can get a little bit more detail. Thank you so much, Greyhound Mom. I appreciate that. So, textured here is nice. The extra screw-on's kind of Kaweco-ish. It unscrews here. Here's your short international there. There's a nice gasket there. Seals up really nice and tight. It seems like it's machined very nice. So, you know, not a bad pen at all. It's a Kickstarter. Very nice chap who reached out about this. So, kind of happy to mention it. It's pretty nice. He said that he was having a lot of positive feedback at the pen show in London. That they brought a whole bunch of different styles, and this was the one that really resonated with people. It's a Schmidt nib. All I had to do was read it. Schmidt. Schmitty. It's a Schmitty nib. That sounds funny. This nib is Schmitty. But it's actually very nice. I like the way Schmidt nibs write. It's a medium. I suspected it was, but I wanted to double check. $10 super chat. Thank you so much. From MT6544. Thank you. Enjoy the channel. I really enjoyed this shopping stream when you went to different pen sites. Any chance of a repeat in the future? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the generous $10 contribution. Yeah, there's absolutely a chance of that in the future. That was a very easy episode for me to make. And it was a lot of fun for me to do. So yeah, I think we'll do it again. I think it'll be super fun. So thank you. Thank you for your generous support. E. Linneman, how are you? $5. Thank you so much. He says, well done on the bat. I wasn't as brave when we had a bear climb the spiral stairs to our deck one night. Yeah, I don't think you should be brave then. I think keeping your distance was probably the right thing to do. Thanks so much for that generous donation to the channel. Keeping the lights on. Thanks, guys. Best and brightest, I'm telling you. So, decent sized. Pretty thick. I like it. I like it as a thing. It feels like a capsule. It feels very robust. I'd have a hard time hurting this one. Here's some feedback. I like feedback. From Mr. GOC. I prefer clips as I mostly roll stop and I can't hook it onto my shirt. Into the placket of your shirt. I do that all the time. I can appreciate that. This would roll away. At least, well, it didn't, but it would. And at least it won't get hurt when it does. There is that. But very good point. Very, very good point. Okay. Oh, wow. Another wonderful super chat. Thank you. Rick Harsh, my friend. How are you? Your hair's getting very swoopy. I know. Up this side. It's getting, right now, it's a little out of control, but it's not normally down. Like, it's kind of like more, it's so hard doing it in reverse, guys. You feel kind of crazy. Usually when I go to work, it's more like that, but then I'm wrestling with my daughter and stuff, and it starts to kind of both sides come down. So, but it's a lot of hair. I like it. I just messed it off. Look at that. Look how long it is. It's pretty wild. But I kind of like it. I like it. It feels a little more relaxed, I feel like that short and seeing my head, it was just a little too uptight. That's my feeling. I'm a little vain. I admit it. That's not a surprise to anyone, right? Ink-Stained Adventures, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. It was a nude pen day last week. Scored a nice vintage Parker 50 with an integrated nib. Goes nice with my Pilot. NYU, yay me. Sincerely. Look at you. Wow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Thank you. And congratulations on the new pen. I love vintage pens. As a matter of fact, one of the pens that could take the place of the Phileas is a vintage pen. All right, 8:30 already. Time is flying. I'm going to get back to pens. Thomas Slim, check it out on Kickstarter if you're interested. Let me mention last week's video was on the Galen Leather Journal. Lovely comments. Thank you guys so much for watching that one, and your comments were appreciated and very, very kind. And I also have a video coming out this week on the Watcherman Expert. I am not exaggerating when I tell you that this is one of my most ambitious videos. I was able to get inside of the opera house in Paris in a very creative way. I think you'll figure it out as soon as you see it. I'm very, very proud of that. And it covers the history of Watcherman, the history of the opera, the history of the opera pen, the Watcherman Expert. It covers a lot of ground. I think you'll really appreciate it. If you like those kind of comprehensive history-filled videos from your humble host here, I think you will appreciate that. And next week's video is a topic I can't believe I've never made. I can't believe. I've had my channel for 4 years. I've never made this video. Do you know what it is? I'm going to tell you. It's my top 5 fountain pens for journaling. How have I not done a top 5 fountain pens for journaling before? It's so obvious, but I've never done it. Well, now I have, and it comes out next week. So that should be super exciting. I'm excited. I hope you are too. I'm really psyched. I hope you guys enjoy it. They're always about getting you to think in new and creative ways. I know some of them you probably see a mile away, but some of them are going to be a surprise. And I'm super excited. I think you will enjoy it. Okay, I want to get to some of my most embarrassing fountain pen confessions. Not just that I shake them and try to get them to right, or I scribble and try to get them to right, because I do. But also, and I have to recognize the super chat, Isaac Cohen. Hey, buddy. Isaac Cohen. Kind of new to the channel. Very active. Lovely guy. Thank you. $20. Have you tried the Gravitas Special Edition from Kyosedo? Kakari with gold nib. I love Galen leather. Great review last week. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words on Galen. I have not tried that. I should probably reach out to Ben and ask him. But that would be really exciting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the generous support, my friend. I love seeing you at the channel. You got so much energy, so much positivity. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's take... Oh, no, we can't. Let's get back to the main topic. I was about to show you a pen. Here's a huge confession. And I was shocked that this is true. I think this may shock you. And I had to think about this. Is this true? And it is true. And it's an embarrassing fountain pen confession from someone who looks at so many fountain pens as I do. Okay? Here it is. I have never, ever, not one time, written with a gold stub nib. Ever. I've never tried a gold stub nib. I love stub nibs. I think they're the smoothest, some of the most expressive. I love the line variation. I love the fat downstroke and the thin cross stroke. But never have I tried a gold one. And I'd love to. I'd love to see what a nice stub in gold, that expression would feel like. Have you written with one? Do you like it? Is it different? Let me know. I'd love to know, but I have never tried it, and I need to. Isn't that crazy? I can almost not believe it with myself, to myself. So here's another funny thing, maybe not a surprise if you know me, and you do. You are the best and brightest after all. I almost never read any kind of instructions when I get a new pen or anything else. The fact that I read the one for Thomas Slim is kind of an amazing thing. Most of the time I just dig in, start putting things together, start trying to sort it out. It doesn't always go well. Sometimes I can't figure out how to open things. I can be very bullish. Pull out a pocket knife, start cutting to get into things. Try to unscrew a piston filler. That's happened. I am trying to tone it down. Have a little comportment and composure. This is supposed to be a sophisticated hobby. I should not be treating it so cavalierly. So, I never do that. And I'll say this too. This is very true about myself. I think you do know this. I personally am very susceptible to slick marketing. If you have a great marketing campaign, I'll notice. Mont Blanc's ads, I love them. And even the fact that they use things that I don't like celebrity, but they create a sense of place and an interesting world. Their latest ads show the German actor. I don't know his name, but he's probably in his 40s. He's really quite good. He was in Inglourious Bastards. He was in The Alienist. He's quite good. I don't know his name, but it's him. It's Dree Hemingway, who recently played in Love Story. I can't remember the name of the actress she played. I don't know why. Daryl Hannah. So sorry. She played Daryl Hannah in Love Story. And it's the girl who played Don Draper's daughter, who's also in Industry. And I don't know her name. And somebody else who escapes me. but they're all like hanging out, having fun in Italy. And I kind of want to be there with them, hanging out. I'm very susceptible to that. Fortunately, it just makes me, just makes me want to grab the Mont Blancs I already have. It doesn't make me want to buy any more, which I guess in that case, it's not wholly successful. Oh, thank you, Ashira, fake name. Oh, wait, no, it's not Christoph Waltz. I'm so sorry. It's not him, Ashira. It's the young kid who played in the film, who had the crush on the projectionist. Not Christoph. It's the young kid. And it's not Fassbender, guys. Fassbender's English. Yes, Ryan's got it. I'm so sorry. It's Daniel Bruhl. Ryan, well done. Well played, young man. Daniel Bruhl. He's got a quality. He's like very daydreamy in it, and then he's drawing things and writing with a 149 his travels. I'm very susceptible to that stuff. I love the ones with Rupert Friend, and the Wes Anderson ones, just not that pen. Super chat 1776 from Sean Brown, a patriotic super chat, or is it just coincidental? I don't know. Let's read it. Maybe we'll find out. I have not tried a gold stub, but if I can get some time with him in June, I may have Kirk Spear put his amazing cursive smooth italic on a Mont Blanc medium nib. Money for the bad rehoming fund. Thank you, Sean. That's charming. Yeah, I'm doing a cursive smooth italic, I think, on my Pelican 400. That's where I'm leaning now. So thank you for that generous and patriotic super chat. Thank you. Okay, so yes, I am vulnerable to slick marketing. I see some too where there's I get frustrated sometimes when I don't quite make it. Kaveco had some really romantic, dreamy young ladies out journaling in the woods and by a lake, and I was like, oh, that's really pleasant. What a nice sense of place. Yeah, so I love Waterman. I find theirs a little restrained, a little too stuffy. I wish they'd take it up a notch. They should let me do their ads. I love Waterman. They're my favorite. Oh, yeah. This is another one I wrote down. I was driving in the car when I came up with some of these. I was dictating it. If a pen has a certain theme, it has me. Like, you release a pen with any kind of Venetian theme, and I'm done. You got me. You take my money. I'm very susceptible to that. William Morris, things I love like that. Yeah, that comes with me, definitely. Brick by Brick, 75, $15 super chat. Thank you. Great show. As I sort spilled Lego parts, grr. If you wish to read a good book, novel with a good bit of fact, Hemingway's Girl, Erica Roebuck. Thank you so much. I'll check it out. And thank you for the generous support of the channel. I appreciate it. Brick by Brick, 75 comes alive. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So yes, Venice on a pen. I'm a sucker for it. I had a few ideas too for pens. I'd love to partner with a brand if you want to create a pen. Let's create a pen together, somebody. I would love to do that. Yes, this is important. I'm going to read this one because I want to get it right. I go into a state of denial if a pen isn't working. I blame myself first. I've learned to set it aside and to come back to it later. This is true. When a pen doesn't write, the first thing I do is go, what did I do wrong? And it shouldn't be that. I've been writing with fountain pens for 30 plus years. It's not my fault if it doesn't work, but I kind of can't believe it sometimes, especially if it's expensive. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it doesn't work. And I've invested so much treasure into this pen. But it can be a little tough sometimes. It just is psychologically glaring, right? So, dissonance. That was a good one. Yes. This is another embarrassing confession of mine. When I write, I smear my ink so often, it just bothers me. And it's like I forget, especially if I'm writing with a flex nib, like the Blue Dew Crystal, which I just did a video on. This will stay wet a very long time. I'll rub my hand all over it. I'll write something beautiful, and that's rare for me. I have very challenging cursive, as you know. But I'll write this incredible page, maybe in a letter. Maybe some of you who have received letters from me from the Pen Pal group, Illuminati and Cognoscenti members who get letters from me, say, wow, he was doing so well, and then he smeared it all over the place. Yeah, ink is like finger paints for me often. It's embarrassing. I wish I could stop, but I always forget. Half the time when I'm done writing, I look at the blade of my hand, and it is stained with ink. If it's oxblood, it's quite gory, in fact. But I do that. Oh, here's a big one. You guys know this, I think. Here's a couple more of these, and we're going to get into more pens. I switch inks, even in the middle of a fill, and I don't always clean the pen. I just don't. I should. I have a recent example of this. I was writing in black, and I think I mentioned to you that there's this new emphasis in banking in signing in blue, so we know it's an original signature with all the electronic signatures. So I was like, I really want to use this pen today, but it's black. I should probably put some blue in there. I don't want to go and clean it. You make a little bit of a spectacle of yourself if you clean it in the middle of the workday, either in the kitchen or the restroom or what have you. So I just put some blue in there, and it made its own custom blue-black ink. I'm actually convinced that black ink was invented just by people doing what I do. Just lazy or expedience or what have you. Maybe creativity. And I get a nice mix. Sometimes it's black and red. Sometimes it's blue and red. Yeah, it happens. I do it all the time. I am irresponsible with inks. I have a short ink attention span, and I'm irresponsible when it comes to swapping inks. And also, I will leave an inked pen for months. And just, if I don't get it into my rotation, I'll set it aside, it'll dry out, and then I have to clean it. That happens very, very, very often. Okay, I want to show you a pen. That was fun. We're going to do a lot more of that very soon. So this is the Ashira Aeon with the 14 karat gold nib. Ashira. Look at this box. Nice notch. It's wood. Pretty nice. It's also magnetic. Kind of neat. And this is the pen in olive wood. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I kind of like, it's like a wand. It's kind of pointy. It's a 14 karat gold nib. It's very clean. It's got a converter. I can't say too much about it. It's that converter that's in every pen, if it's $3 or $400. It doesn't feel like wood. I'll give it that. There's not much to the screw there. It just sort of comes off kind of quick. Oh, it's doing that thing. I hate that thing. Do you do that too? That's another one of my confessions. I hate when I can't quite differentiate between the screw. This is why Mayfair pens puts the screw on theirs in the opposite direction. Oh, but I didn't have it shut before. That makes sense. It's pretty quick action for a screw top. It's quite pointy. You could really defend yourself with this pen. The grain is really pretty. But I don't like wooden pens. That's what's interesting about this to me. I'm kind of challenging myself to see what I think of a wooden pen. I want to show it to you with me so you get to see it in perspective. So I'm sure it's quite long. quite pointy in parts. Look at this. Wow, 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 wow. So, metal grip. A little slick. Very slick. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I can't wait to reveal my full thoughts, because I will. Another thing that's funny about this Ashira is that they asked if they could send me a pen, and, you know, they didn't ask for anything in particular for it. They just said they'd send me a pen. And then it came months later. I forgot about this. It was months ago. I think it was around Christmas or New Year's. And then it showed up, which is pretty neat, because sometimes pen companies won't send you anything. They'll say, hey, do you want to work together? This happened to me recently with a pretty big name brand pen company, of whose pens my videos don't really resonate. I don't know why. When I make a video about that brand, it's usually one of my lowest viewed. I don't know why. It's just how it is. And this particular, they came to me and asked me if I'd like to make a video about their pens, and I saw one that had a ballet theme. And I thought, this is great. Gives me an opportunity. I'd have Imogen do a little bit of the White Swan, Black Swan to kind of fit the theme of this ballet themed pen. And they never sent it. So I wrote a script and everything, and it never arrived. So that was disappointing, but it happens. Isaac Cohen, my friend, $20. Thank you. I can't wait to see the Steiner Atelier pen brands already. I know, that needs to happen. You know, sincerely. I'd love to work with a brand and develop a pen, because I do have some ideas. I really do. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Cohen. I really appreciate it. You've been great. I really appreciate the support. It means a lot. Keeps the light on. James McNamara, how are you? 1837, $9.99 super chat. Thank you. What is the case size on your Cartier tank? Also, please say hi to my girlfriend, Brooke. She would like to know if you're left-handed. Hi, Brooke. I am not left-handed. If you're watching the live show, it's reversed, I think, through my MacBook Pro. So, Brooke, no, I am right-handed. This is my right hand. My mom is left-handed, and she writes with a fountain pen, but not me. So thanks for asking, Brooke. Case size on my Cartier tank. I forget. That's a terrible answer, right? I don't remember. It's the Tank XL, the one with the automatic movement. So if that helps, I don't know the case size. It's fairly large for a tank, which is probably good, because it fits me. But guys, look at this. If you want to know why I love this watch so much, look at the workmanship on the inner part of that face. Do you see that? And the blued hands. And you can tell it's automatic by see how that beautiful sweep. And I love that Cartier, it looks like a grandfather clock, you know. And it has a sapphire cabochon, which I really like. Nice screws over here, and the leather strap, very classy and classic. It secures like this, very comfortable. I think it looks brilliant. I love this watch. So thanks for asking about it. Okay, we don't do watch content, so snap me out of it. But thank you for that super chat. I really appreciate it. All right, let me show you this other pen that came that I am genuinely wondering if it could possibly be a contender for the new Phileas. This is from Wall Eversharp, from Frank Zhang and Navalar. And it's the new Skyline, which is, I mean, not that new, but it's new to me. Very pretty, very affordable, and gorgeous. Entry-level pen. Does it screw? Yes. Entry level, but beautiful. Does it post? It does. Ooh, it posts nicely. Wow, it feels really nice in hand. Look how Art Deco this is. That's why I relate it to the Phileas. It's so Art Deco. It's so Art Deco that Lana Del Rey would love it. You know, I'm a big Lana Del Rey fan. Have I ever mentioned that to you? That I love Lana Del Rey. I think she is probably the most exciting person in popular music right now. This feels like aluminium. I'll have to check it. Very nice. I have a whole script written for this in my mind. I can't wait to actually write it down. Wool Eversharp. I'm sure people have feelings about this. I'm sure it might be challenging compared to the vintage ones. And I get that. But this is what it is. Oh, they're the same. I thought maybe it might be a different colorway. But it's the same. Cool. 2. I'm sure they have 2 different nibs on them. Very cool. I can't wait to play with this and see if it stacks up. I wish I had a vintage one to compare it to, but I don't. Ooh, the pretty nice action. Really nice, guys. This is really pretty. What do you think? Is this pretty? Is it just me? I like it. I really do. And I remember them being inexpensive, but I forget. Maybe I should look it up. I'm going to look it up. This is not normally what I would do. Oh, let me see. I just think it might be important. $65, it looks like. That's not very expensive for a metal pen. Nice styling. Plus, that's probably full retail. You probably get it for less. But is it any good? I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm excited to find out. It's pretty. It's so Art Deco. Right, Lana? Super excited to dig into that. And I didn't show you the pen I've been using. So I will show you that briefly. It's not in here. I have a lot of pens around me right now. So many pens. My Lockbee Duo. Still like the Lockbee Duo. I just finished filming with this. The Scribo. Feel. Don't think. Feel. It's like a finger pointing its way to the moon. If you look at that finger, you miss all the heavenly glory. This is glorious. I'll have more on that. You know you're going to get the history of Scribo and many more here. Could it be a contender for Phileas? I don't know. We'll find out. This, Ashira, a wooden pen. Hate wooden pens. Will I like this one? Maybe. It kind of reminds me of Harry Potter's wand. And Thomas Slim, the new Kickstarter EDC fountain pen. Interesting. A lot of interesting fountain pens coming into my life, which is pretty exciting. I have someone to recognize. Thank you so much, Darren W. Burkbile. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Will watch content be part of your new channel? Also, when do we get to see you play your guitar? Perhaps in a members update. Yeah, you know, there's a couple of videos where I play a little guitar, to be honest. And I'm not a very good proponent of my new channel. I did launch my new channel. So A Life Well Worn is out there on YouTube. And I totally forgot to mention it to you, which tells you where my head's at. But once I'm focused on pens, it's just pens. But if you'd like to check out A Life Well Worn, it is out there on YouTube. And yes, we'll do the watch content occasionally. And I can put up more guitar playing. There is some out there. There's some shorts. If you watch the Anthony Bourdain video, the bumper music for each section is me. And there's a couple over the ending credits where I'm playing guitar. So thank you for your generous super chat. TXG8878. I'm new to fountain pens and realize that the inks I've been using aren't water resistant. Is there any way post-treatment to increase water resistance? $5. Ooh, that's an interesting I don't know. I really don't know. It's funny because I remember in the old days when I used to do art, we used to spray our art with Aquanet. And Aquanet helped to seal the art in. But I don't know if it was water resistant. And Aquanet was also one of the things you used to use to get ink out of things. So it might just make it a big runny mess. But I don't think there's anything you can apply after the fact. But it's a fantastic question. And I don't want to just dismissively say no because it's possible. But if there is, I don't know what it is. But if I think of something, I will let you know. That's a brilliant question. So thank you for that. This week's video on the Watchman Expert. Please check it out. I'm super excited for it. I love Watchman. It's one of my most ambitious videos yet. I think you'll find it interesting, entertaining, and original. All those things you expect from me. And I will continue to give to you. I have so many ideas for videos. I've been in a bit of a pen review track. I'm going to get out of that. I miss stationery. I want to get more into papers. I have a couple ink videos. I haven't done one of those in a couple years. I know you guys don't really like it, ink videos, but I'm going to do one anyway because I have a couple good ideas. I think you'll enjoy it, those that watch. And I want to do some more journaling on location videos and some other ideas like that. I like when we integrate travel with the channel. So we're going to do a lot of that too. It's going to be an interesting summer. It's going to be a really great season. I have very enthusiastic hopes and dreams and high plans for the channel. And I think you'll enjoy coming along for the ride. So thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I think we're at the end of a long journey. It's probably better that I quit while I'm ahead. I appreciate all of you for watching. And if you've made it this far, there's just no argument. You just have to subscribe. It's a YouTube rule, I believe, that I just made up. So I would appreciate it. And we're closing in on 40,000. So I'd love to have you as a member. Maybe you'll be the 40,000th member. That would be brilliant. Love to have you. And if you want to support the channel even more, how about membership? Get your name in the end credits. Or join the Pen Pal group. Or see me play guitar behind the scenes. You never know. It could happen. So I would love to have you there as well. So thank you all. Love you all. Take care. See you next week. And stay well. Have a good night.